Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, the Knight of Justice, back again with another power scaling video. In this video, we're going to be doing something different. We'll not only be doing a breakdown, but also a power scaling on a character I find quite interesting in this manga I'm reading called Record of Ragnarok. Now, if you guys don't know what Record of Ragnarok is basically a series in which humanity is versing gods in a tournament to where humanity is supposed to be able to live, and if they lose, humanity dies. So gods versus humanity basically. And I'm gotta admit, I'm kind of want to root for humanity, but I also want to root for the gods because there are some really good gods and powers they've displayed, and also the personalities and how they view the humans is quite interesting. Some of the gods are quite cocky, while there are quite a few like Hercules who wants humanity to be saved because he was a human and he turned into a demigod. But either way, to sum this up, what basically regular Ragnarok is we have these gods in a council and they're discussing how humanity should survive on, and their thoughts is they're voting to whether keep humanity or to eliminate them, and the majority vote is to eliminate humanity. But you have a Valkyrie known as Brunhilde where she wants to save humanity, and she devised a tournament in which there was an old law or old rule that they used to have called Record of Ragnarok, to where humanity has a fighting chance for their survival. 13 on humanity's side and 13 on the side of the gods to represent themselves for each side. So for the first side, we have for humanity was their first champion, or their vanguard, was Lu Bu, a incredible war patron or war general back in ancient China. And on the side of the gods, we have the character we're going to be discussing today. He is the god of thunder, known as Thor. Now, Thor's personality is that he's quite cocky, overconfident, and very proud of his abilities and his power. But he's also a battle-hardened maniac and takes great interest in fighting, especially with strong and more worthy opponents. He often does not show this and has a more stoic and lawful expression on his face most of the time, making him seem like unapproachable to others, or seems like he doesn't care. Now, at the beginning, you could say that Thor didn't like humanity. He didn't think they have anything worth to offer or weren't that strong. But when he fought against Lu Bu, he had a certain change of opinion to where he started to recognize Lu Bu's strength, that he was quite a formidable opponent. It even came to a point where if he wasn't a human or they were in the same time, they would become great rivals. Even Thor says that such power is wasted on a human like Lu Bu, just recognizing the power that Lu Bu has. But after he defeated Lu Bu, which was probably one of the best fights in regular Ragnarok up to this point in the tournament, I think that Thor had a newfound respect for like humans, to where they could be quite formidable and some could be worthy opponents for him. But with that out of the way, let's get into a little more of what Thor and some of his lore behind him. In Record of Ragnarok, Thor is known as being quite a formidable god and known as the strongest of the Nordic god in the Nordic pantheon. Long ago in the ancient era of Asgard, giants of Jotunheim launched their offensive attack against Asgard, and for the centuries the warriors of Asgard became overconfident and their battle's experience dwindled and their experience was waned. Asgard had been brought to the edge of destruction as many of their warriors and civilians were killed and eaten by the giants. Some of the gods in the palace were hidden away from the giants as they were afraid, but there was one god who appeared to stop them and end this madness. Thor appeared before them and headed out towards battle with his mighty Mjolnir wheeled up. and he slaughtered the entire army of 66 Jotuns by himself, finding it all boring in the end. Some of the gods who were the survivors of this event witnessed Thor's great achievements and praised him and cheered him for killing the invaders, and his glory and tales being thrown throughout the ages as being one of the strongest gods in the Nordic pantheon. Well, the strongest god in the Nordic pantheon, holding that title. So let's go on with some more of Thor's feats and scaling. As I said before, Thor is said to be the strongest war god in the Norse pantheon. He has feats for like lower showing scaling from Lubu, who has a feat of he was able to split the sky into two. And Thor was able to fight and beat Lubu. Now this feat has been calculated to be city level to large mountain level quite easily, and Lubu did this over like extensive training, repeating this extensively until he was able to master this technique, and he was able to split the sky in two. And Thor was able to fight on par with Lubu and, kill him in the end. I will not only place the calc on screen, but I'll also place it in the description below so you all can see it. There are some other statements to where you can scale Thor higher, to where it was stated that he was able to, in his suppressed form, or as we call it, his base form, before he used his awakened Mjolnir, that in his normal state, it stated he's able to tear apart the lands and seas, which you can count this to be at least continental to multi-continental quite easily. So even in a suppressed state, Thor is pretty powerful to where he's either from mountain level to multi-continental quite easily. But the highest scaling you can get Thor at as of now is to where it's stated here that awakened Mjolnir, his awakened hammer, is able to shatter the earth itself. This right here will be at least planetary, or possibly planetary, since it's stated that, Mjolnir is able to destroy the earth or shatter it, and we're going to assume it just be one strike. So in his suppressed state, Thor should at least easily be multi-continental, and in his awakened form, or you could say full strength, I would say, or awakened Mjolnir, should possibly in the planetary ranges. Now for speed. I will admit, speed for at least Thor is quite controversial. If you have to assume or try to say that since he's one of the strongest gods amongst regular Ragnarok, or one of the mightiest gods under the heavens, and he will be above the other average gods who are able to perceive Adam's and Zeus's fight, which is where they were able to move in at least less than 100 millionth of a second. You could say these average gods were able to perceive this, and the argument goes by, since Thor is said to be the strongest of the Nordic gods and one of the mightiest under the heavens, he will be above these said gods who are able to perceive these two, Zeus and Adam, able to move at these set speeds. I will place the calc for this in the description and on the screen, as you can see. But it's kind of hard to say, since he's not directly himself doing this feat. It's mostly just scaling and assuming that since he's above some of these average gods, and there are statements of him being the mightiest of these gods, or one of the mightiest of these gods, that he would actually be at these speeds. I will admit the speed part for him is quite contentious, but it's quite debatable on which he himself was scaled to, or ever react to it. So leave that up to you guys if you will. But for the AP scaling, it seems quite alright. So in conclusion, Thor in his suppressed state should at least be mountain level to multi-continental, and his awakened form, or his awakened Mjolnir, you could say will be possibly planetary. For speed, you could say he's at least possibly light speed in combat speed and reaction, since you have to say he will be scaled above these other average gods who are able to perceive Adam and Zeus's fight, and got the title he's the mightiest or one of the strongest gods under the heavens. But the speed, like I said, the speed part is debatable, but the AP part's alright, I would say, in my opinion, or how I see the speed part at least. But like I said, take it as how you will. But before we end the video, I like to say this was quite an interesting video in my opinion. A short video. There's not much on like Thor at the moment to go off of what we've seen and what's already shown in like the manga, but it is quite interesting. I suggest you guys go read Ragnarok. It's quite an awesome manga. There's already like we're on like the round 4, right? And we're gonna see Raiden and Shiva fight, and I'm quite hyped for that. Rest in peace, Hercules. And oh man, that was like a sad match. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been The Night. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and also comment down below. Hit the notification button for more videos in the future. Also, thank you guys for the 1,000 subscribers, and hope we can continue on more. This has been a great day when that happened to me. I'm finally at 1,000 subscribers and even more, and I appreciate that. Also, subscribe to my friend Zeref. He's a really cool dude. Also, subscribe to my friend Korin. He's also a cool dude. They make great content. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.